Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about a new, let's just call it a line of inquiry for the Department of Justice grand jury in D.C. and what they're looking into, which it's the latest installment in the Trumpy-Doo mysteries. So, it appears, based on the subpoenas that have gone out and some of the signatures on those subpoenas, that the grand jury is now looking into the possibility of fraud concerning Trump's fundraising efforts in the aftermath of the election. There have been a number of high-profile people that have been subpoenaed, and at least one of those subpoenas carried the signature of a federal prosecutor whose, whole thing is fraud. That's what they do, that's what they're good at. And this is the person that signed off on it. So, this is all kind of inference at this point, but the general belief is that they are looking into the allegations that surfaced during the January 6th hearings. So one of the things that came up was Trump fundraising for something called the Official Election Defense Fund. And some of the reporting suggests that it raised $250 million. And then there was testimony that suggested there was no such thing. That fund didn't actually exist, and that the money that was raised theoretically to help, I don't even know, maybe with the legal fees, that money wound up going into Trump's Save America PAC. Now, the accounting on that through Open Secrets, I want to say that it shows it raised about $103 million, which leaves a pretty wide discrepancy. But beyond that, it going into the Save America PAC is problematic to begin with because PACs have very loose rules on how the money can be spent. So loose, in fact, that the money could be spent on things that could personally enrich Trump or those around him. Now, that's legal because the way election laws work is, well, they're loose to begin with. But saying the money is for one thing, like explicitly saying, hey, we're going to use it for this, and then it going somewhere else, that's bad. And that is probably, by conventional wisdom, what the feds are looking into at this point. It's worth noting that this is the same type of thing that just led Steve Bannon to be in cuffs. Now, this is not related to the New York case, though. It's hard to keep track of it all. If you want a summation of Trump's current legal exposure, I think it's best summed up by the fact that I literally have a whiteboard now divided up by the various investigations in the various jurisdictions, just so I can figure out which piece of information goes with which case. It's bad. So it does appear that now, on top of everything else, there is some aspect of something that the grand jury saw that they want to pursue further that may have to do with financial crimes. But again, at this point, that's inference. We don't actually know that, despite all of the reporting saying this is definitely happening. They're educated guesses. It's not like they came out and said 100% certain that this is what they're looking into and this is the crime. It's just based on the subpoenas, based on who signed them, based on what was uncovered during the hearings. Given the fact that when they were kind of previewing what the next batch of hearings were going to be about, they did mention the cash. It seems likely that that's what's happening. So, anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.